Hi, everyone. It's time to actually welcome in a new season, which seems pretty amazing to me because I don't even remember celebrating January 1st. The time is just going by so quickly. And there's been so much going on, well, for years now, and for our whole entire lives. We forget how much division and how much trauma has been in the world throughout time. But we're living here now, and in our current lives, we've just really been through a lot in these last few years. And in shamanism, there's a real difference in how shamanic communities and how technological communities that are getting into shamanism, like us, practice. And in times of challenge, the biggest thing in shamanic communities is coming together and helping to strengthen the whole entire community, because the whole entire community is seen as one organism. And you've seen me write this over and over again in the Transmutation News. And in our culture, we tend to use shamanism for ourselves and how do I get a job, and how do I find a loved one? And in shamanic cultures, shamanism was all they had. They didn't have technology. Shamans were the doctors of the community. They were the psychotherapists. They were the storytellers. They were everything. They didn't have what we had, but they had what they needed to get through challenging times. And the most important thing, besides consulting with the spirits and besides reading the signs that nature was giving, was that they had the support of the community, the full support of the community. And that's one of the reasons that not everybody lived through initiations, was because people had to be strong enough to be able to help support the community. It wasn't about the community supporting an individual. It was about individuals supporting an entire community. And so singing and dancing has been so much part of shamanism. It has been how to create this incredible bubble of support. And healings happen. As you know, I've been teaching for 40 years, and just in the drumming and rattling before every group that I've taught at physical workshops, we drum and rattle for about, and dance and sing for about 15, 20 minutes. And the miraculous healings that happen just with the group coming together and doing drumming and rattling, not asking for anything, not asking for healing, just coming together in love as one group, is really important, and it's part of traditional shamanism. And so I thought that we've had this amazing community. I know the community has gone in and out over the years, but I've been here for 20 years. I have not missed a month for 20 years. And and some of our translators, one of our translators emailed me and said it's 17 years now that I've been translating the Transmutation News. And I know that some other translators have been actually translating for close to that time. So we have a really stable community, and we have a community that comes and goes. My Transmutation News, I write from my heart, but people lose interest and go on to other things. So we have a really strong core community that's been working together for a really, really long time. And I thought that a really nice thing to do would be to do some drumming and rattling together. And I'm a little bit caught by the computer, so I'll be sitting here. I might stand up and drum a little bit. Um, but please feel free to stand up, drum, rattle, dance, sing, just really let yourself move out of your egoic human side, your personality, um, so that you can get into a sacred space, a spiritual space where we can send love to each other and we can radiate light to each other and we can give thanks to the spirits for our lives and all the help that we're receiving right now. And we might not be happy about it from an egoic point of view, but all the lessons that we're learning right now through the challenges that we're going through. So we'll just do this. We won't do this for 15 or 20 minutes, but we'll do this for a few minutes together, and just close your eyes and drum, rattle, sing, dance, whatever feels comfortable for you. And think about stepping out of your personal space into a community space where you want to receive and absorb the love and light of our whole community. And you want to feel the support, because a lot of us are feeling, sorry, I'm trying to fix my eye curtain. A lot of us are feeling so isolated and alone. And so this is a time for us to feel that feeling of isolation and being alone is truly an illusion, that we're not. We have this incredible supportive community behind us besides the spirits that we're working with. So let's tap into our spiritual sacred self and let's support our entire community and circle with love and light. So just kind of stay where you are and keep your eyes closed for a moment and take some deep belly breaths so that your breath is moving throughout your entire body. And just notice how you're feeling right now by just doing that one simple act of rattling and drumming and dancing and singing. Um, it just really helps to move the energy, and more than that, it it helps our spirits connect together. And when our spirits are connected together, we're back in that strong link that I've been talking about for um, many years now, but recently on podcasts and on the Transmutation News, I've been talking about that we really need to be strong links. The division in the world is so strong. Think about the strength of the power that has to come together, that even has the possibility of shifting the energy in a different direction. Do you feel that you're part of a community that's an incredible strong link that's actually moving the collective out of the imbalanced, unhealthy place that we're in right now? And that strong link starts with you. So, are you joining in all the communities that you're part of as a strong link? Because it's as you know, this is not news to anybody listening. It's going to take an amazing amount of force to shift the energy that's happening in the collective right now. An amazing amount of force. And we actually have enough spiritual practitioners around the world. I'm not saying who are connected to me, but who are doing all kinds of spiritual work. We can change the course so easily if we all came together, but we're not. So, so it's just really interesting. And so maybe we start with baby steps. Maybe that's the way to start, is just with baby steps and doing a little bit of drumming and rattling every day and imagining yourself becoming a strong link in a global community um, that develops the spiritual strength and the power to shift the collective, because there's nobody who's going to shift it. There, there, there isn't anything that's going to shift it except for a change in human behavior, and we're humans, so the change starts with us. So I'll stop preaching to the converted, but it's just really important for me to keep reminding you about the power of strong links, because we don't have a chance without it. It's just the truth. That's it. So I thought I had this journey that I've done within a lot of my classes, and many of you have done it. We've actually done it on the Transmutation News over the years together to welcome in an equinox or a solstice, which is a journey to merge with the seed. It's such a powerful journey. It's beyond the power that you can imagine. And so if you've never done that journey, it's something that I would highly suggest that you do as we move into the equinox or at any time. It's such a learning process of that seed being under the earth and what it has to, the blueprint that it gets on how to live a healthy life, and then the challenge and the suffering that it has to go through to pop up through the earth, and then to start to grow and to absorb the sun and become a sun being, and a beautiful being that knows how to heal itself. So try to do that journey on your own. I decided this morning, my spirits asked me to shift the journey, but I just wanted to plant a seed with you that that's a beautiful journey to do if you choose to do it. It has a lot of learning to it. The journey that we're going to do is we're going to do a spirit canoe journey. So I'll guide us, and we're going to go to the sun, and we'll be on a spirit boat. We'll all go to the sun together. And once you get to the sun, I'm not so interested in you asking for a message from the sun, because I think it's a shadow side of shamanism today. It has been for my 40 years of teaching, of watching people write down all these glorious sacred messages that they get from the spirits, and then they don't put anything into action. And that's not what shamanism is, and that's why we're still where we are today. So I'm more interested in us greeting the sun, and the sun is everything that we need for life. We don't live without life. Every plant is light, is sunlight. Every tree is sunlight. So what we actually take into our body is light. And we have to have that light. We think about the denser parts of ourselves where we need nutrients and vitamins and obviously nurturants and food. But basically, all of that turns into light inside of us, and that light is coming from the sun. So I thought that it would be a really special thing for all of us to do, is to, whether you're in the northern hemisphere, or whether you're in the southern hemisphere, whether you're welcoming in the fall or whether you're welcoming in spring, to greet the sun and to acknowledge that the sun is changing its course, which during the equinox, which is going to change you, and it's going to change the energy for every single living being on Earth, and it's going to change the energy of the Earth, and it's going to change the energy of the waters. And so we want to greet this new positive change. We want to greet this new positive change and thank the sun. If you do want to actually ask the sun for a message, I know that people journey to get messages, and that's the attraction to shamanism. If you're going to ask the sun for a message, only ask for a message, and I'm going to ask you to make that commitment to me and the group and the sun right now. If you ask the sun for advice and a message, that you do not just write it down in your journal, but that you actually do what the sun tells you to do, that you make a commitment to take action on the information that you receive. So as you know, I try to be optimistic on the transmutation news, but I still see that we're going to be going through challenges, and I think you do too. We have so many arenas that if I don't believe the COVID is going away, but if it is, we still have all of our environmental issues. We have so many different challenges that are going on right now and can happen. And I truly, truly believe that we can thrive through that if we get our spiritual strength and we actually live a spiritual life. And part of that is the senses, the spiritual senses that we have. the spiritual senses that we have are actually going to be the radar that gets you through any challenge that comes through life. But we've deadened our senses, which I constantly write about on the Transmutation News, through watching all the images of TV, movies, the clothes we should be wearing, what our bodies should be looking like. We always have our little earbuds in, listening to music. I don't listen to anything. I don't watch anything but nature, just to calm my nervous system down right now and to heighten my senses so I'm more spiritually aware. But it's like the collective, it's not a conspiracy, it's like the collective made some choice together to go to sleep. And so we don't have the true ability to hear what the wind is saying to us at a time of great change. We don't have the eyes to see another dimension of life that many people are living in. We don't have the eyes to see it. We're seeing just what's right in front of us. The same thing with our sense of smell and our sense of taste. We're so conditioned. We're just so conditioned by society, and society doesn't want us to heighten our spiritual senses. Society wants us to stay asleep so that we can be controlled in the way that we're being controlled right now. And so the reason I'm bringing this up is whenever I do a guided ceremony to um, an altar or a spirit boat journey, I always speak throughout it to try and get people to open up their spiritual senses. And it's time for me to stop being a kindergarten teacher and trying to tell people, see beyond what your ordinary eyes can see, listen beyond what your ordinary ears can see, open up your spiritual ears. I think it's time for me to stop narrating that, because I've been narrating that for every online course that I've taught since 2014, and it's time for people to learn how to awaken their senses without me having to remind them. So what's going to happen is this will be a guided journey, and I'll be drumming. There will be an image that Sylvia will put up so that you're not distracted by me and you can go into your own space. And again, you can always drum and rattle with me during this. So when the drumming begins, many of you have done this with me before, you see yourself getting up and walking out your front door, and your front door actually transforms into a mist, a fog, a veil, some non-ordinary curtain that you can walk through, and all of a sudden you find yourself on a beautiful, beautiful path in nature, and you walk up that path in nature, but you really, without me prompting you, try as much as you can to open up your unseen senses. And if you don't know what that means, try to get that while you're walking. Try to get that your eyes actually have a different, see different colors than what we're given on through the media. Nature has colors that we don't see on technology. Um, Nature has sounds that we don't hear, and the spirits speak to us in a way that if we don't open up our non-ordinary ears, we're not going to get the messages that we need at the time that we get to need them. open up your feet and really feel your feet connecting with that 4.6 million year old earth, and feel the support and the strong that feel what that strong link feels like as you do that walk. And just keep walking up the path, and you'll see this gigantic spirit boat in a meadow waiting. And then I'll guide you through the rest. We'll be met by our guardian spirits, which will cleanse us, and we'll all get in the boat, and we'll all be journeying to the sun together. And so I'll guide you, but I don't want to guide you on the path to the boat. I really want people to start opening up their own magic, finding their own magic. And the magic is your non-ordinary senses. That is the magic of shamanism. Your ordinary senses are not involved in shamanism. As a shaman would say, watching a movie, I can make a much better story than that. So we just have a different way of perceiving things in the world of shamanism than the dense collective does. And if you stay stuck in the dense collective, you stay stuck in the dense collective, and you might miss your chance in moving forward. So we'll put up the image now, and you can pick up your drum and rattle if you'd like. And again, I'll guide you through this. And hopefully, well, I'm not going to say hopefully, I absolutely know that this will be a beautiful journey for all of us. So we'll start now. So I will start by welcoming you into this ceremony, into this journey, where we give thanks to the sun, and we greet the sun, and we welcome in the changes that the equinox will bring to us and all of life. We change with every equinox and solstice because we are nature beings, and no matter what you do, if you never go out into nature, you cannot disconnect from its cycles, because you are the cycles and they will run you. And so we go through our magical doorway into the unseen realms, walking on a path of beauty that will bring us to a remarkable spirit boat. So I will drum for you as you walk up this path, maybe singing, maybe being in silence, but open up, experiment with opening up your non-ordinary senses. Whistling calls to the spirits. Whistling calls to the spirits, letting the spirits know our intention. So the spirits are ready to welcome us at our spirit boat. And there are guardian spirits waiting for us with different herbal smells and incenses to clear off the field of our energy. Allow yourself to smell the fragrance of the smoke. I know many of you have allergies to fragrances, but we're in the unseen realms. You're not in your physical body. This smoke is feeding your spirit. It's not affecting your body. It's sacred, brought to us by the creative forces of the universe to help to heal us. And these fragrances are filled only with sunlight. We're not in the dense collective, so open up to the magic of what the spirits are gifting you with right now. And allow your brain to receive that fragrance. Brains love fragrances. And let your energy clear. And when your energy is cleared, the guardian spirit who has cleansed you will show you to your seat in the boat. So we're all in this remarkable spirit boat. Check out the design at the front of the boat. I won't describe it because I want you to open up your non-ordinary eyes and see it for yourself. But there's a magical symbol, a magical compass, taking our boat all the way to the majesty of the sun, the magnificent sun shining down on us. Sometimes the days are so cloudy we can't see it, but that doesn't mean that the sun goes away. Peoples all around the world worship the sun every single morning because they knew without the sun coming up, there would be no life. So the sun is shifting its course as we move to the equinox, into spring and fall, depending on where you live. And that change in the sun is changing you and every living being on this earth, the earth itself, the way the winds flow, the way the tides of the waters come in and out. Everything changes as the seasons change. And so we want to get into harmony with this change. The problem in the human condition is when change happens, we don't always enter into the flow. We separate ourselves from the natural flow. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves walking against the river of life instead of flowing with the river of life. So, greet the sun. Thank the sun for your life. Welcome in the changes that are happening and state your commitment to the sun that you are doing your body sensing so that you are following the cycle of the sun, the change in energy, so that you're staying in the flow of the river of life and not making believe that you're a separate finger or toe that can live its life on its own, but that your body is one organism. It all works together. You're part of the earth organism that all works together. And everything in life, including you, is changing together right now. Honor the change. And say what you would like to say to the sun, and if you would like to ask it for a message for you, make a commitment to the sun that you will actually follow its advice. And I'll just drum as our spirit boat holds us in beauty and solidarity while we speak to the sun, thank the sun, greet the sun, welcome the changes that the sun is bringing into our life. Okay, so now it's time for us to return. So once again, give your thanks to the sun and feel yourself creating a stronger link to the sun, because the sun is life. Creating a stronger link to the sun is saying that you're creating a stronger link to life. And so, as we say goodbye to the sun and say that we will continue to build our relationship with you, the spirit boat turns around and we float. It feels so good floating through the clouds, feeling the softness of the clouds guiding us back home again. So we come back to the meadow where we started. Our boat lands gently. We feel like we've been held in so much love, so much grace. And with the help of the guardian spirits, they'll help you out of the boat. And let's, on the meadow, let's all stand and let's put our faces up to the sun. And there's a song to the sun that I teach in all my workshops, and most of you know it. If you don't, it's an easy song to learn. So just follow in when you get it. And this song is a traditional song that's sung, and it's actually a song of extraction. It's asking the sun to remove a pain from you, a spiritual blockage from you, a physical blockage from you, a mental blockage from you, for your own healing, where the sun takes your pain and brings it to the cool waters down below. So I'll start singing it, and if you have a drum or rattle, definitely use it to accompany me. Morning sun, come my way, come my way. 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 Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Down below, down below. Cool waters 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 down below. So let's all raise our hands up to the sun and feel ourselves filling up with light. Because if the sun extracted something from us, we don't want there to be an emptiness where another pain can enter into. We want to be filled with spiritual strength and light. So soak in the power of the sun. Let it just soak into your body, into every cell of your body. And now, before we return from this journey, let's just end by standing in a circle and holding hands. Let's feel our connection. Let's feel the love flowing clockwise and counterclockwise around our circle, and the light flowing clockwise and counterclockwise around our circle. And just notice how you're feeling. However you're feeling is perfect. It's how you need to be feeling right now, and just part of your journey. But it's time for us to return, so we can drop hands. And I will drum for you as you walk back down the path. Again, keeping your non-ordinary senses open, so you're stepping fully into a different dimension of life. And you start to come to the entrance to your house or apartment, and you step through that magical veil, that mist, that unseen curtain, back into your home, feeling the power of the sun radiating throughout your solar plexus and throughout your body. But at the same time, feeling yourself grounded to the earth. Grounded to the waters of the world. Grounded to the air currents in the world. Grounded to all of life, to the web of life. Feeling connected and grounded is part of that strong link that we must become for true change to happen. And so put your hands on your heart and with gratitude give thanks for your life, for our work now is done. Okay, I'm just trying to turn my video back on. My fingers always have problems finding that button. And let me just welcome you back with our fairy bells. So I hope you had a brilliant journey to the sun. Brilliance is one of my power words that came to me from the spirits, and the sun is that brilliant force in our life that makes us shine as brilliantly as the sun does. And as we do that, I promise you, and you know this in your heart, your life will change in good ways, and hopefully we can help change the collective. But the bottom line is, as I've written in the Transmutation News, right now we can only save ourselves. So let's give an amazing amount of gratitude to our circle for working together so that we're taking care of ourselves so that we can keep moving forward and thriving. And hopefully, eventually, the collective will follow spiritually also. And as always, I want to thank Sylvia for her help with the Transmutation News and for recording this video. And I send all my love to all of you, and I wish you all a glorious equinox. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I love you. Goodbye.